Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have Layne. This is obviously a Disney Channel, maybe a Disney XD series. Um, yes, it's about little kids who uh, join up with a magic car. Basically, it's a 12-year-old girl who is very ordered, precise. She's got everything under control. There are no surprises. She's very, let's say, a little uptight about things, and she's running for class president. Even though she's in sixth grade, she's running for class president, or not class president, but for middle school president, up against jerky eighth graders and everything else. Uh, when she suddenly discovers something making a noise in the shed just on the edge of the property from where she lives, while her parents are gone out of town for a convention of some sort for their work. They're scientists. And she discovers that it's a talking car. And well, her and her neighbor, who's a homeschool girl with crazy hair, named Zora. So we got Layne and Zora, and they discovered this talking car. You won't probably recognize a lot of the names in this cast. They're all pretty much young. Their parents and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we've seen in other Disney projects or here and there. But the most recognizable name that I know of in this is the car, Nate Torrance. He's a comedic character actor. He's been in just about everything. He's been all over Disney stuff, and he's done a more mature comedy stuff here and there as well, from indie stuff to Comedy Central stuff all over the place. If you saw him, if you look up Nate Torrance, Torrance, you'll recognize him. He's been everywhere, and so yeah, he's a funny guy. Now when you first hear the car, it sounds a little bit like an overexcited Olaf from Frozen. You might think it's Josh Gad. It is not. It is fully Nate Torrance, and you've seen, more than likely, if you've seen enough stuff, you've seen him have the same level of energy in other projects he's been in. But yeah, the car's name is Vin. Not Vin Diesel. He's all electric. He's certainly not diesel. He can talk. He has all sorts of gadgets. His tires can inflate to be monster truck size. He has grappling hooks. He has all sorts of crazy things. And basically, he and Layne, or Layne for short, they bond together. And they get in all sorts of trouble. It's actually, the weird thing is this is a very modern show. It came out a little over a year ago in 2019. It's 8 episodes, first season, complete season, 8 episodes. And I have not heard anything about a second season yet, but at this point, the entire series as it is currently available on Disney Plus, and I watched all of them. yeah. Normally when it comes to a series like this, where it's really not meant for me, I check into 1 or 2, maybe 3 at most. But since I saw that the series was only 1 season, and it was only 8 episodes, and they were actually really tight continuity, and I had a lot of extra time just to watch it while I was working. It was a slow day. I decided, you know what, I'm going to go right through this. Because 1, it was an appealing concept. The kid actors were really good. I mean, they're not Shakespeare or anything, but they're good for what they're doing. I love Zora only because she's the prerequisite wacky sidekick that every Disney show kind of has to have. And the fact that even though this is a half-hour comedy, they did not choose to shoot it like it's on a TV set, on a studio soundstage. They didn't shoot it like, at least on an obvious soundstage. They didn't shoot it with a laugh track and everything else. It's shot like it's a movie, or like if you bundled up 3 or 4 episodes per, you'd get maybe 2 or 3 movies out of this. if they wanted to. Actually, from what I understand, my research says that they originally intended this to be a reboot of the Herbie franchise. So this was supposed to be Herbie 10.0, whatever it is right now, because Herbie's existed for forever, for 50, 60 years, 50 years, something like that. At least since the 60s. We've seen a lot of old Herbie stuff, at least a few old Herbie stuff, and the Lindsay Lohan Herbie stuff. But this is a Herbie. Again, there's not one reference to Herbie whatsoever consciously in this series, other than it's a car that's alive in a sense. It has its own AI, and I'm not going to tell you how it has this AI, how it has emotion and thought and bonds with this girl that Layne somehow has a connection to it. She discovers in the first episode. And I'm not going to spoil it for you because there is a little bit of a mystery. No, it's not a complex Game of Thrones or Lost level mystery. It's you can pretty much figure out how it's going to go from the start. But when it's got an intriguing little through line plot wise. And yes, there's bad guys that are out to get that car, that technology, and they gotta fend off everything and fend them off from trying to take the car from them. By the way, one of the other things that appealed to me is the fact that this does not rely on a number of usual Disney tropes. There's not a dead parent or anything, but they do have the equivalent of a dorky, annoying kid brother, which is actually it's not a kid brother. He's a cousin, and he's younger, and he's the kid. I can't remember his name offhand. I could look it up, but he's a kid. If you've watched Timmy Failure, Mistakes Were Made movie on Disney Plus, also exclusively on Disney Plus, that little kid, he's on the picture. It's hard to see in the reflection here. The younger cousin is played by that same kid, by Timmy Failure. So it's he's really good. He's really funny, and he's obnoxious as he's supposed to be. The girls team up with the car and go on all sorts of crazy adventures to try to protect the car from people, and the bad guys aren't really too threatening, but they're intent on getting that car. And there's also a boy who works at a garage who's also super cute, and yeah, there's a little bit of romantic drama in there. But like I said earlier, I want to come right back to it so I don't sound creepy. I love Zora because she is truly weird. She's a homeschool kid who, again, has no stakes in, her friend's life, in Layne's life at school, because her whole life is about school. Zora is sort of an outlier to show her that she doesn't have to belong to some sort of, I don't know, she's just different. Let's just say that. She's got this weird, wild, curly stack of hair that reminds me of Natasha Lyonne when, when Natasha Lyonne was like in Dennis the Menace, Polly. And also she was Opal in Pee-wee's Playhouse. But she was a bit younger there, but I actually looked because I was like, is this a resurrection of Natasha Lyonne when I saw her? Because it's the eyes, it's the curly hair, and is it her daughter or something? And they're not. She's not. But I looked her up, and yeah, she looks almost exactly like Natasha Lyonne looked like in Dennis the Menace. Weird, but she's really dorky, really funny. She's one of the standout characters for me in this thing. So yeah, it's a fun little adventure. Kids will get a kick out of it. You got 12-year-old girls tooling around in a souped up, electric talking, bright orange car, and it drives itself. That's why. But also, it lets the girls, at least lets Layne drive. So yeah. 12-year-old girls tooling around. She actually is given control of the thing. So I don't know about 12-year-old girls driving around expensive, top secret cars is a good thing. But yeah, the the car does most of the driving. Let's just say that. So it's a fun little adventure. It's in 8 episodes. It's a complete story arc, and even though there is a tease as to more dangers to come in the final seconds of this thing, but other than that, it's a complete story, and so you can enjoy it for what it is, and it's not a long haul. It's not 20, 30, 50 episodes. It's just 8 episodes, and it's because it's brand new. It's maybe a year old. So, yeah, I really did not expect to like this or find it interesting at all. But I think it's because it was modern and it has done away with a lot of the tropes that you normally see in Disney stuff, that it was well done. And the special effects, yeah, they're not always on point, but they are much better than I expected them to be in a lot of cases. You can see when the car is all digital. You can tell, at least when you have an eye for it, like a person like me who's seen all sorts of stuff. But kids who don't care about that crap one way or the other, they'll get a big thrill out of it, I think. If you're 10, 12, whatever, and you want to live the life of a kid with a car that, by the way, the car is so small, you're looking at it right there, it looks like it was made for 12-year-olds. I can't imagine an adult fitting in there. There were adults that were in the car at one point, but honestly, I don't see how adults would fit in that thing. It's whenever they're shooting inside the car, the seats look like they were built for 12-year-olds. It's not like they look very small in the seats. It's weird because she's not even 5 feet tall. They're not even 5 feet tall. They're kids. My parents said how tall they were in one of the episodes. So that's how I know how tiny they are. One of the special effects, I should say before I go, one of the special effects that I really like is the front grille and the interior to show that he's speaking, that the car's speaking, and that it's showing emotion and things like that. I think it's a really neat effect. So even if you're just going to watch one episode, watch it for that, to see just they do some interesting things. They didn't just make it smile or have digital eyes that were like obvious eyes. The headlights are eyes in a sense, but yeah, it's interesting for their choices they made with special effects. I actually highly recommend this. I did not expect to like it, but hey, I can be wrong. And you might think I'm wrong if you watch it and think it's the dumbest thing ever. I don't know, but hey, we're going to pick tomorrow's, and you can see if I'm wrong about that one tomorrow as well. Here we go. 361. 361. We have a lot of 300s, so this might be one we've already picked. I don't know. 361. 361. No, it's brand new. It's something we haven't seen. 361. It's a movie. It's a 1998 classic. Well, classic, but some people really liked it. I don't think I saw it in theaters, so this will be all new to me as well. It is Mighty Joe Young. Let's zoom in on that. 361. Where are you? Yeah, Mighty Joe Young, 1998. All right, let's meet back here tomorrow and see the Disney film Mighty Joe Young and the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. Well, it's on Disney Plus. I'm the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you then. Bye.